Okay, hi, so I'm preparing my evening pudding, and there's been some talk today about the oat bran mug cakes being a bit eggy. Personally, I've never had an eggy mug cake, but I think it comes down to perhaps the way I flavour it. Maybe it disguises it if there is such a thing as an eggy mug cake. So this evening I'm going to give a different recipe, a different take on it. It's exactly this, oh, I've got oats instead of oat bran, excuse me. So it's exactly the same recipe what I usually use, but in this instance I'm using fat-free fromage frais instead of skim milk. So it's just 2 tablespoons of oat bran in there, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, sweetener, shaker cinnamon, and I have decided to use these apricots in mine. I absolutely adore them. They're in natural juice, so they're free on filling and healthy. You couldn't have them if they were dried. You can have fresh ones naturally. That goes in. Crack the egg in. Now this is the point, we're doing something different. We're using fromage frais instead of skim milk. So, I've not done this method before, so it's going to be interesting how it turns out. Okay, let's give it a whisk. It's all going in the same bowl. I'm going to cook it in. I reckon this will take 3 minutes because it's got quite a hefty amount of fruit in it. At the end of the day, after the 3 minutes, if when you touch it at the top with your finger, it still doesn't feel set or it doesn't feel cooked, just pop it back in for perhaps another 20 seconds and reassess. So that's it, just quick whisk up. The only thing I haven't put on, wanted to put was a little drop of almond essence. Just a little drop, not much, it's quite strong. Give that a whisk. So this is almond and apricot cinnamon flavour mug cake. So I'll post a photograph later, let you know how it goes. The consistency does feel, to me, creamier than when I use skim milk. So this is quite it's quite an interesting experiment for me because I've always used the skim milk. But I'm looking at those ingredients and to me it does look creamier. So I wonder if this will bring out a softer, more moist sponge. We shall see with a photograph later. Oh, that looks done. Excellent. Okay, as predicted, it took longer than the 3 minutes. This has actually taken, you see it's just about right. It's taken 4 minutes 20 seconds to cook, but it looks perfect. I'm just going to turn it over to get it out. There you go. Looks absolutely lovely, and it's light and it's not dry. It's moist and spongy. So I'm going to let that cool. That's completely free on filling and healthy. There's no extra point in using that whatsoever. I'm going to serve that with 11 grams of Options white chocolate powder mixing with some fat-free yogurt. That to me tastes really creamy and lovely, almost kind of American cheesecake flavour topping, and it's fantastic for one point. So I'll post a photograph later and let you know how it tastes.